The PL-89 is like an adapter for infinite series of numbers and finite series of numbers. Finite series, particularly in um, page numbers that are um, read by many people, those type of series, sports scores, the interpretation of sports scores, and other things like prices in the stock market and prices of cryptocurrency. Basically, anywhere numbers are used as metrics or measurements or prices, any type of number accounting system. And those numbers are in the infinite, the realm of infinity. Let's say that, because the possibilities are always changing, and that is located in a field called the IPM, which is the infinity pi matrix, which is a certain. It's a finite number of digits within pi that have been mapped out. I've mapped out 8,460 digits of pi, and they're broken up in a particular way. They're chunked into three-digit numbers, and 314 is considered the first three-digit number. Some people count it after the decimal. They go 3.141592, etc. But in this system, the infinite pi matrix understands 314 as its own name. You can see the numbers as names. 314 is its own name. 314, 159, 265, 358, 979, etc. 323, 846, 264. And you say it like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 314, 159, 265, 358, 979, 323, 846, 264, 338, 327, 950, 228, like that. Keep on going. Now, those infinite numbers that are found in the infinity pi matrix, it's really, if you think about it, infinite numbers really are, you only need one of them, because if it's infinite, just think about what infinity is. It never ends. So, let's say you're dealing with other infinite numbers like Euler's number, or square root of 2, or the golden ratio. All of those numbers are found in pi, because if pi is infinite, then the pi will eventually run into the golden ratio, will eventually run into like the verse in Solomon in Ecclesiastes says that all the rivers run to the ocean. It's an idea that says that if you understand infinite numbers, they're all going to run into, and pi is that main ocean, so to speak, of numbers that I use. For reasons that I may not understand at this point, but now you need something that's a little bit more limited to take such a vast ocean of data, of numbers, and it just has everything there. And how do you fine tune it? How do you bring it into your world and have it adaptable? One this grid, this is that's where the PL-89 comes in. It's an 8 by 10 grid, but if for those who have studied Kabbalah, Kabbalistic names, and like the 42-letter name, but the 72-letter name particularly, I have a different program for the 42 letter name, and that has to do with the 42 journeys of the Israelites in the wilderness. That's for a different time. But for this particular study, if you look at the 72 letter name, it's in a table exactly like this. It's 8 columns, and in the Hebrew it's actually read from right to left. And there's different interpretations and explanations of what these 72 names are. It's derived from 3 verses in the book of Exodus, chapter 14, and I think it's verses 19, 20, 21, I think. And one's written forward, one's written backward, one's written forward, the bottom, and then the acrostic forms these names. And these names, I've heard different talks on it, but I've developed my own interpretation of it, understanding of it. And what they are is the name, to call them names of God, maybe a little bit, I want to say misleading, but maybe not exactly. They're basically their intellectual property, intellectual understandings of God. It can be interpreted as names, but their characteristics, and it's an intellectual way of understanding. It's like plugging your mind into God. That's how I understand it. And this plug is like an adapter that you can plug your mind into that. That's what the PL-89 and PL can be like plug. Plug Power. There's a company called Plug Power that was I think the first stock that I got. It was free stock called Plug Power. And plug is a ticker symbol, I think it's plug. It takes the vastness of the chaos theory of all numbers that we encounter, and it pulls them into some sort of thing that you can make sense, that someone can make sense of if they want to. And one of the means that is used is English Gematria. It's very important in the system. Hebrew Gematria is important, but English Gematria is a discovery. Some amazing things about English Gematria that's just as astounding and just as riveting, eye-opening, whatever you want to call it, mind-boggling as Hebrew. Secrets of creation are encoded into English in conjunction with the Hebrew. And one of the ideas of there's a theme of 40 in this obviously 80 numbers. 80 is 2 40s, but 40 is 40 is the gematria of the word Goel, which is Redeemer. And Moses was 40 years old. As the story goes, he had to leave Egypt because he killed the Egyptian. He came back, he spent 40 years in Midian, and he came back at 80, and that's when the Exodus story happened, and then went through the wilderness for 40 years, another 40, and passed on at 120. So you have 40 there, but you have also 40 with King David, because King David reigned. He's another, in a way, Redeemer, Messiah figure. He's called the Messiah. It's called him in Ezekiel, David their king. And, we always say Mashiach Tzidkecha in prayers and when talking about King David, because he is the ancestor. The Messiah is called the son of David. So David is also 40, but here's where English Gematria becomes very important in conjunction with Hebrew. Why? For those who know Tanakh, and I'm not an expert Tanakh, but it is written that King David ruled for 40 years, 7 years in Hebron and 33 in Yerushalayim, and a couple places in the book of Samuel. Now, you have 40, again, Goel is 40, so you have a Goel connection, and King David 40. But in English Gematria, Dafka means like specifically, like exactly. King David equals 40. If you count in ordinal English Gematria, meaning A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, D is 4, E is 5, if you do that, then D is 4, A is 1, V is 22, I is 9, and D is 4. You add 4 plus 1 is 5, plus 22 is 27, plus 9 is 36, plus 4 is 40. So David is 40. Only in English does David equal 40. But actually what happened is in the Hebrew, it equals 14. David is Daled Vav Daled. So you have a connection with David there.